Hello, everyone. We are live here on StreamYard, and it's time for an AMA. It's time for an Ask Me Anything. I am your host, Cecil Lammey, and I am so over the moon. I am incredibly thankful for all the support that we've seen on Kickstarter. Fake Booze was fully funded in 2 weeks because of you guys. Fake Booze, our first of 8 intellectual properties that we're kicking off in 2023 at Smokin Gun Comics. And it's just so much more great stuff to come. I was just going over the first 2 pages for Ghost Gun yesterday. So it's like all of this great stuff is here, and it's all thanks to you as these projects continue going and these ash cans are available to you right here. This is it. Everybody, it's done. As I mentioned when I launched Fake Booze a month ago, 1 month ago today, and in 60 minutes, we will have this thing wrapped up for the first campaign for Smokin Gun Comics. The first time that we put our product out there for people to crowdfund and support. Here is the Kickstarter ash can. It is Fake Booze. It's Friends for Afterlife. And the copies are here. The copies are in my hand. And not only that, but I've got some surprises for you along the way. Now, there's 60 minutes left. And, again, we reached our goal in 2 weeks. So appreciate everyone for that effort. So much coming up. But let me go over and show you some things from Fake Booze because it's been simply fantastic. And if you jump into the chat room, you can jump on chat. It isn't Ask Me Anything. I'm doing a show for an hour. So it's whatever you want to ask me about the Broncos. You want to ask me about the NFL draft. You want to ask me about comic books, all sorts of things. So I'm just going to chat about Fake Booze. I'm going to definitely urge you to look in the description of this video and go support Fake Booze if you haven't yet on Kickstarter. And I'm going to answer questions from the chat room. I might grab some questions from Twitter as well, for those of you too shy to jump on over to this live stream. But I definitely want to show you everything because you guys have seen the Fake Booze Kickstarter ash can. And I did have a question from a very dear friend, like, what's an ash can? And I was like, okay, I need to explain that to everyone. It's in the description of the Fake Booze of the campaign. But I wanted to make sure that everybody was like, okay, you are, you're looking at this situation and you're going, all right, I need to see what's going on with this ash can and this situation. Like, what is that? What is an ash can? And what do I get on Fake Booze and Kickstarter? Like, yeah, an ash can is it's a shorter story. It is an 8-page story. Now sometimes ash cans are smaller than comic book size. I assure you that Fake Booze Kickstarter ash can is comic book size in terms of the dimensions. Now, what makes this difference from the Fake Booze just regular 8 pages? Well, that's the main difference. The Kickstarter ash can, the crowd-funded ash cans, have an extra 12 pages of content promoting the other intellectual properties that we have with Smokin Gun Comics. So it's really cool because you get the story of Fake Booze, and then you get a preview, a sneak peek at all the other properties that we have with Smokin Gun Comics. And again, we're doing this to put the product out there, get the response from the fan base, and just certainly appreciate the support as always. I'm going to go ahead and put this up on Facebook as well. Join me for an AMA. Yes, I type when I talk on YouTube as we wind down the Kickstarter for Fake Booze. All right, there you go. So here you can join me on Kickstarter and you can make fun of me because it is, well, I type and I talk at the same time. I don't think I could talk about something else and then type what I've typed, but either way, So I am what some people call a Renaissance man, but I guess I'm not talented enough to type and say something different from what I'm typing. So there, you're learning a lot about me tonight here on this program and on this show. We got a lot of great stuff coming up for you at Smokin Gun Comics and SmokinGunComics.com. It is almost ready to launch. And what's really cool about that, I'll save that for the end of the show. End of the show. End of the show. But we are looking at the Fake Booze Kickstarter. And right now we have 43 backers. We have 56 minutes to go. Can we get 44 backers? Can we get 45? Hell, I want 50. So let's go. Check out the description of the video. Fake Booze Ash Can. It's also on my Twitter and on my Facebook as well. I'm at Cecil Lammey. It's on my Instagram. I'm at Cecil Lammey there as well. But let me show you some things that you get with the tiers, the different tiers that you can. Now, you can pledge without a reward, $5. That was a tier. I had 2 backers there. You get the digital version of the Ash Can for $10. So I have 4 backers who did that. Thank you incredibly for that. And I do read a lot of comics digitally, not all comics digitally. I collect comics and I read comics. I get a monthly hold slot at All Seas and I collect probably 8 different titles. I get every Star Wars comic book, first and foremost. And then I have every Batman from 77 until now. So want to continue that run. Got a lot of amazing Spider-Man. And I will be doing some videos about comics I love. That's a little bit later in the life of this channel. But I just appreciate the support, man. I'm really blown away by this support for Fake Booze. As I'm just dipping my toe in this thing, I'm jumping in and we're seeing what we can do. And we fully funded Fake Booze in 2 weeks. We had 2 more weeks. We've raised more money and certainly appreciate it. Cannot do it without you. So just going through the digital copy you get with a $20 pledge. I have 3 backers there. Then you have $25 or more Fake Booze Ash Can cover A, and that is signed. You get a physical copy of Fake Booze Ash Can cover A, signed by writer Cecil Lammey. That's me. Plus, you get the digital copy of Fake Booze there as well. So that's with a $25 pledge, and you get the autographed copy. And Power Ranger Anthony, he's in the show. Hello, Anthony. Hope to be hanging out with you tomorrow, man. Maybe having some of your hot sauce. Check out Power Ranger Anthony's hot sauce. It is delicious. There is one flavor. I think it's the Scorpion, Anthony. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but like the Scorpion's like way too hot for me. But it is really good. I know that my daughters both really enjoy that spicy food. So like, yeah, Power Ranger Anthony in the house. And it'd be fun to hang out with you tomorrow, Anthony, as we get our Kickstarter completed. So Power Ranger Anthony is in the house, everybody. Stop on by and you can get in the house here as well. So cover A Ash Can sign. You get a $25 pledge. $30 or more. Got 1 backer there. Cover A plus a print. So you get cover A Ash Can, digital copy of Fake Booze Ash Can. And again, that's the 8 pages. And this has another 12 pages. So it is a full-size comic, 22 pages, whatever the number is. You also get a Fake Booze 8x11 print. So let me just reach back here on this handy dandy table and get one of the Fake Booze prints for you. So this is one of the Fake Booze 8x11 prints, and you can see it's got our nice QR code. It's signed by me, and it's a Fake Booze. It is cover A print, but it is a inked version, no grayscale. So it's a variant, if you will, of this cover. So you get this cover, that's cover A. You get this print signed by me. There you go. QR code, SmokinGunComics.com. Excuse me. So that was pledged. And again, you've got 50 minutes left. So that was cover A plus print at $30. Had 1 backer there. We had 9 backers at cover A plus print plus rookie card. So with this tier, you get a physical copy of Fake Booze Ash Can Cover A, signed by Cecil Lammey, that's me, an 8x11 Fake Booze print, which you just saw, plus a Fake Booze rookie trading card. We all know everyone loves their trading cards, and they love the trading cards with comics, so let me reach here and get the Booze rookie card to show you. So here you go. This is the Fake Booze rookie card that you get. Proper trading card size. If my camera would adjust camera, do it now. Anyway, it's not doing it. So there you go. Fake Booze rookie card. And on the back, we have our Smokin Gun Studios, Cecil Lammey, Eric Hoffman, our website, our Instagram, all that there as well. So that is the Fake Booze rookie card. And you can get that at the $35 tier, cover A, print plus rookie card. And of course, you get the digital copy. Now, that was the $35 tier. And then we have the Like a Boss tier. Now, this tier was absolutely incredible, and an incredible response from people out there. Hey, Ken's checking in. Says, doing a great job. Ken, I'm going to send you the link so you can join me here on StreamYard and you can chat with me, because Ken behind the scenes doing big stuff for Smokin Gun Comics. All up in the videos. Wait till you see the Sue Immortal video. More on that a little bit. So Ken, I'm going to email this to you. It's a live show, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Now, when I email Ken, I'll make sure not to just type and talk the way I did when I posted on Facebook that I was doing this live show. Like, I am posting on Facebook right now. So let me get this sent off to Ken, and I'll do my best. I will do my best to just make sure to type and talk and say something different. So there you go. There's the email sent to Ken. I think I did a good job that time. So Ken, jump on in when you can, buddy, and appreciate all your work. And here's the thing. Here's the thing about doing any sort of, and I'll get back to the Like a Boss tier in just a little bit, because that was outstanding. So many Like a Boss, so many bosses are getting your doctorate of mechanics for Smokin Gun. Because remember, Smokin Gun, people have wild assumptions about what Smokin Gun is. Smokin Gun was my truck when I was 16. I'll show you a picture of it here on my phone. So I've had this truck since I was 16 years old. I'm an old man now. So, 30 plus years, I've had this truck. And for a semester, Eric and I drove it without a water pump. Now, Big E's my best friend. He is the man. Hope to get Big E on one of these live streams sometimes. And you can kind of see it. Dang it. I wish that would show a better picture. But anyway, so there's my truck. That is the Smokin Gun. So we drove it without a water pump for a semester, and it would smoke everywhere you went. And then all the steam would roll. It was actually steam. It wasn't actually smoke, but it would just steam everywhere, and the smoke would be everywhere. And so people would be like next to us at a stoplight, and they'd be like, your truck's on fire. And I'm like, well, I know. Don't worry about it. And it was so bad, like I would roll into parking spots at the mall, because we had to go to the mall. I had to go buy comic books. So I would just turn off the ignition, jump out and let it coast into the spot so I'd get away from it before people, it definitely got you attention. Probably not in the way that you wanted, but either way, that's why it's called the Smokin Gun. But the Smokin Gun mechanics, because we need mechanics, we need to fix the Smokin Gun. And we need your help. You guys have helped out. The Like a Boss tier is so fantastic. You know him. You love him. I love him. He's Ken from KS Productions. Hi, Ken. I just professed my love for you on the air. How about that?
I feel the same.
Feeling the love tonight, man. We're feeling the love. We're wrapping this thing up. Can you believe it, man? It's our first Kickstarter, and it was fully funded in 2 weeks. And, we did it, man. It's a success. The comics will be going out. You and I will be packaging up those comics. We're going to be sending those off to people. It's a holiday on Monday, so they'll go out, as soon as possible after that. But can you believe we did it, man? We're here. We made it.
I'm excited for it. Being the first one that I've been physically a part of, not to mention the ones I've helped support in the past for friends and colleagues and stuff like that. It's just fun to be part of one a little bit more directly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun to be a part of it. It's fun to have the support of the community, and it's fun to see like sports fans, cuz most people, and there's Chris, Jedi Sith Lord 23. What's up, Chris? Most people know me from football, but now I think those two worlds intermingle. You know what I mean? Like if you're a football nerd, you're probably a nerd about Marvel movies or Magic cards or comic books or whatever. Like your nerd just doesn't stop at football. So it's kind of cool to see the community come together, support this project, and have it fully funded in 2 weeks. That simply blew me away, man. I felt so like blessed when that happened. And here we are at the end. We got 45 minutes left on the Kickstarter campaign.
Well, I think you can't take yourself out of that equation, Cecil. I mean, a lot of people like you for who you are. Yes, a lot of them have found you because of the radio station and your sports and your extreme knowledge of sports and football and fantasy football. But I feel like because you've always come across as a genuine person, you're a genuine, caring person, that it's about the collectability. It's about people believe in you. So I think them being able to get this first book from you, and not to take away from the story or anything, but because it's coming from you, is what means more to, I think, a lot of people than anything. And then they're going to read it and then they're like, holy crap, I want to see more of this.
Right.
And then they're gonna be like, okay, what do you got next? Oh, I see what you got going on next. I'm gonna back this next Kickstarters, or maybe they didn't even back this Kickstarter and they want to go to the Indiegogo next, or
right.
I think sports and comics and collectibles just go hand in hand. It's all about doing stuff we love, and I think we cross genre more than we think. And
for sure. Yeah.
You're just a gearhead. Oh, you're just a football nut.
Like, yeah, no, that's we're all a lot of different things. Chris is in the chat room. He's like, I'm an excessive and obsessive football and Star Wars nerd.
That's
like,
right.
Yeah, you can be more than one nerd about more than one thing. It's like you can be a nerd about cars, or a nerd about Star Wars, or a nerd about magic, or a nerd about Dungeons and Dragons, and a nerd about football. Like it's all love, baby. And like it's just fun to see those genres cross. I appreciate those kind words. I will say this as well, because you mentioned the collectability. I mean, we are at 43 backers right now. So in the world, there will be 43 issues of this. And by the way, there's 43 minutes to go. Take that for numerology. So like 43 minutes to go, we got 43 backers. There's going to be 43 of these in existence. Now, if there gets up to 50, like there'll be 50. So whatever that number is, you will have one of, let's say less than 100, whatever it is, of a project that has the ability and capability of being a film, of being picked up by a large comic book company. Like you are in on the ground floor of something really cool, really collectible, because everyone loves like limited edition, you know what I mean? And what you collect and what I collect. I mean, I've told you about the Grimjack Killer Instincts that I have, and there's only 200 copies in existence, and I have 74 of them. Like Chris was over at the house today, and I showed him. I was like, yeah, this is one of them. I have 73 others, and there's only 200 in existence, but that's the way I collect. Like I wanted all of them. So imagine like we've given you something that you can get in on the ground floor for a really good price, and that's something that can be really collectible if and when these things take off, man. And I think it's that collectability. It's like I love, buying comic books that it's like a $5 issue, but when that movie comes out, then it's going to be $100 issue. Like I love that sort of aspect about collecting for me. And so I think we've done a really good job with Smokin Gun Comics. And you are, what title would you say you are for SGC? You're like marketing director, like something like that, right? Is that what you'd call yourself?
I would say marketing, or yeah. around
marketing
that
videos, kind of doing a lot for Smoking
production.
Gun. Yes, production, lots of productions with KS Productions. Shout out KS Productions. But I think we've created a collectible that the people that back this, I mean, they can have something really special on their hands.
100%, 100%. Because now it might not be your first property that you've done, because obviously Gravis was first back in what was that, 2014,
Yeah.
right? And then you really debuted it 3 years later at the All Seas Fan Expo.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So I mean, it's one of those things. It's not like this stuff has been overnight, and you're putting out a project that is already printed. It's not funded to be printed. It is done. It's printed. It's ready to go out tomorrow, technically Tuesday, since
Right.
tomorrow's a holiday.
Right.
But I mean, people are going to get their books. They're going to get this very limited quantity. And as we go on, we're going to be offering more stuff. So Cecil and I were talking about what can we offer going into the Indiegogos?
Right.
What can we offer going into the next Kickstarter, and so on and so forth. So you could be getting stuff like virgin variants. You could be getting stuff like blank variants. I'm not saying what you're going to be getting, but you know,
See
I
what I
mean,
picked up?
people can say,
Look at I picked up from the printer. So like, yeah, we've got all sorts of ideas, all sorts of collectibles. And again, it's just cool. Like, you find what you love, collect what you love, and then nerd out about it, man. So we will be offering more of those things. And I think one thing I wanted to emphasize, as Chris is here in the chat room as well, and he's known about Smokin Gun Comics in 1991 or 92. Like, so Chris has been with me from the day. He's my college roommate. And he does website work and everything for the company. It takes more, it's more than just me, and I appreciate your words saying how people like me and all that kind of stuff. And I really do appreciate it. It means a lot. I hope I don't let anybody down. But like, it's you, it's Chris, it's Big E, it's me, it's Zach, it's Ty, it's Bob at the printer, it's Keith at the printer. Like, we have so many people that have helped us get this product to you. And that's why, to me, it's so very special, Ken, because it's like, it's all of us working together. You know what I mean? And it's like me asking you questions and you like researching Kickstarter and coming together and then telling me to do this. And then we're doing it. And then we're going on to the Indiegogo after this. Like, so it's more Fake Booze and Smokin Gun Comics. It's a collective effort. And I love the people that we've surrounded ourselves with. Chris on the back end doing the website work, Big E with the story ideas, me with the story ideas, Ty with the great artwork, Zach with the great artwork. You're doing great video production. You're doing marketing. We got, Zach, Ty, artwork, Bob, Keith, printers. Like, I think it's great because it's more than just one man, one comic. Like, no, and by the way, not only do we have 8 IPs, Ken, but when the Gravis universe hits, and that'll hit in April, we're talking
I'm excited.
150 character universe that is huge. It's gargantuan. You're going to get a taste in Sue Immortal coming out tomorrow on Kickstarter. So our next Kickstarter is tomorrow. That's when it starts. We'll soft launch it, and then I'll probably do like a party celebration for Sue Immortal on Friday. But Ken, to me, the greatest pride that I can take from this is that it's all of us. It's not just me.
And I agree. And I'm a small part. I'm very humble in that. It's not with your stuff, with any of the other stuff I do for other clients and so on and so forth. I'm not plastering my logo over everything I do. I am happy to do what I do for the people I do it for, because it's a little bit more meaningful. Zach's great. He's an amazing artist. And you guys will see in the artwork, Ty Henderson did a great job on the innards. The letterer did great. And
Tim, shout out Tim. I forgot about Tim. I can't forget about Tim West, man. Great letterer.
I would say to go back and talk about, the Sue Immortal and everything else. After I read it, it is a very fun concept, and I think it's the great a great first opening into your universe, and I think it's gonna it is literally, I'm gonna tell you guys this right now, no spoilers, but it is a very small peak. It's like you're just going through a little your keyhole. It's a
Yeah.
keyhole peek of what you have coming, and it's gonna make you thirsty for more.
And some juicy tidbits in there. Like when you read Sue Immortal, coming to Kickstarter tomorrow, we'll do a party on Friday. Like some really juicy tidbits in there. And fake booze. Here's the other thing that's great, Ken. It's like Sue Immortal and Gravis are in an interconnected universe. Gun Discipline and Ghost Gun are in an interconnected universe. Fake booze is its own universe. But all of these are franchises, by the way. The Familiars is Harry Potter meets The Fox and the Hound. That's a franchise. Terminally Kill is a franchise. Like you have all these things. Death Support, my God, Death Support, it might be our most popular property. And that thing's coming in March. So Sue Immortal is February. It'll start on February 20th. Then we're gonna go to Death Support. That'll be March. Then we're gonna go to Gravis. That'll be April. Like, so you're getting these franchises, but you're also getting these connected universes, but different universes. There are not all 8 IPs are in the same universe. And I think that's really great for the collector and just the reader. We got everything for you at Smokin Gun. We got superheroes, we got ghost busting, we got animated, Harry Potter meets Fox and the Hound type stuff. We've got real world anthology stuff like Terminally Kill, like so many things to throw out there for the collector, and you collect in different ways. And I think that's been a lot of fun.
Do you remember? I've been trying to think of what I can describe Sue Immortal. And do you remember the movie Rollerball?
Yes.
Right, where it's the futuristic sports. There's
Yeah.
more killing. There's more danger with
Right.
cars and rollerblading and everything else. I see Sue Immortal being this is that. It's Deadpool meets Rollerball, but it's for taking down bad guys.
Right.
So having that fun aspect, it's modernized. It's the kids palm in the hand, watching the phones type story. And I was cracking up with it when I was reading it.
Yeah. Well, you did a great job on the video. I can't wait to debut that coming tomorrow to Kickstarter on February 20th. Well, it's going to be Sue Immortal Day. And again, we'll do a big party on Friday. So like all this stuff is fantastic. Like loads of fun. Do you want to see the Like a Boss tier, Ken? I cannot believe that we had 10 backers on Like a Boss. Now I appreciate it, certainly. And by
That's
the way,
exciting.
we have 33 minutes to go. So everyone, if you haven't backed Fake Booze, please jump in. Please go to Kickstarter. We've got pledges as low as $5 and anything helps. So we appreciate you all. But the Like a Boss tier, we have 10 backers. I believe that's our most, because we have 12 backers on the Ashcan Cover Aid size. So we have 12. We have 9 on the Cover A plus print plus rookie card. That was pretty popular. But then 10 backers on the Like a Boss tier. So you get Cover A Fake Booze Ashcan. You get the digital copy of Fake Booze Ashcan. You get the 8x11 print. You get the rookie card. You get the Mechanics Supercharger certificate. Let me show you that, Ken. You'll see it tomorrow.
I saw the picture.
Yeah,
I saw a picture.
I want to show you today. Here are the mechanics. And now you talk about collectible. This is for you. And there are 10 right now. We got 40 minutes left. But this is your certificate, your doctorate in mechanics. You are like a boss. You're a mechanic. You help fix the Smokin Gun. And we appreciate you. This will have your name and calligraphy. It'll be signed by me. So this is your document to certify that you are a super fan of Smokin Gun Comics. And that is that. Now, in addition to that, in the Like a Boss category, you get a 3x5 original art piece from me, Cecil Lammey. Now, I'm the writer of Fake Booze. Unfortunately, because of football, I don't have time to draw as much as I like. But I got to tell you, and you haven't seen these yet, Ken. So these are one of one. I'm going to do right now. We have 10 backers Like a Boss. If it gets more, I'll do more. But here's just a glimpse of these 3x5 sketch cards that you're going to get from me. These are sketches by me done in pencil. And I've also signed it on the back. These are one of one, never to be done again, never to be reprinted. This artwork will not be repurposed. So you get this stuff sketch card from me. Look at that basketball one of Dwayne
That's nice.
dunking the ball, right? I watched that dunk contest in the NBA. Here's one of the soldiers getting attacked by the ghosts. So, like a 3x5 original art, one of one piece of artwork from me with the Like a Boss tier. So, we're giving you what we can, and we appreciate all the support. I think that Like a Boss tier, that this whole thing has been incredibly humbling, and I feel incredibly gracious and blessed, Ken. But the Like a Boss tier, shout out to all of our bosses. We will be shouting them out by name on the Sue Immortal show on Friday, because you guys have done an incredible job supporting Fake Booze. And those 10 backers got us halfway to our goal.
Don't tear up on us.
Ha, exactly. But I appreciate it, man. Like, it's cool. It's cool that people wanted to support the project so much that they did the maximum tier. And like, it's whether it's $5, whether it's $100, we appreciate it all, man. You're all important to us, and you're all helping keeping the Smokin Gun running.
100%. You're not just some handsome voice on a radio.
Ha. The sultry tones, docile tones, right? Is that what they call it?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how many people are in here, but I don't know. You should give the ones that are in here that little taste of Sue Immortal. I'm just saying.
Okay.
That little video.
Oh man. So I don't think I've downloaded it yet. Let me see if I can do that like forthwith, because I'm pretty sure I can. And I can download it, and then I can share it with us. So you want the preview of the Sue Immortal video, huh, Ken? Think we should do that?
I think some people deserve it,
Okay, yeah, you do deserve it. You do deserve it. So, by the way, I'll show more of these on Friday, but just picked up from the printers. This is the Sue Immortal Kickstarter ash can. So you get this copy when you support Sue Immortal. That starts tomorrow on Kickstarter. We'll do a soft launch. We'll do a big party on Friday. Sue Immortal, and it's absolutely incredible. Now, Ken, because I think I downloaded it. Let me check. I'll make sure I have it in the right spot. But yeah, okay. So this is per Ken's request, everybody. So when you want to thank somebody, thank Ken, because I'm going to figure this out, and I'm going to play the Sue Immortal trailer for you right now, right here on this show. So I will go ahead and present, and I'll do that, and then I will do that. All right, here we go. The debut world premiere Sue Immortal Kickstarter video.
Let's do it.
Now look at that. Look at how great that was. Absolutely fantastic. A great video. And that's the thing, like, Ken, look at that. You just did that, man. That's your work. See,
oh yeah.
This is where like the collective of all of us comes together, because I just wrote the story and created the character, 20 years ago. You just made that video. Look at the talent that came through in that video. So it's more than just Ty's artwork, which is fantastic. It's more than a Mike Lorenzo watercolored cover. That's a special edition. And by the way, the original art will be the highest tier, one piece, an original Mike Lorenzo watercolor. It will be the highest tier on Sue Immortal. The original art. We're giving it away. Well, if you pay for it, you're going to get that piece of original watercolor Sue Immortal cover by Mike Lorenzo. But look at that, Ken. Like, that's your talent coming through in that video to promote our product, and it looks fantastic, just like the fake booze video.
That's why I enjoy doing it. I mean, honestly, I do a lot of stuff for very many people that is on the low, because I believe in a lot of these small, medium-sized businesses. They can't afford big production teams to come in and do stuff. So I'm on my computer pretty much all day, every day, and I'm news feeds and reels and stuff like that, just watching how other videographers are doing theirs and how they're doing their angles. I have zero professional schooling in what I'm doing. It's all been learn as I go, pointers from other artists, that like Matt Campbell.
Yeah.
He's always happy to teach. This is what he does for a partial profession besides his great work. And it's being around other creatives like you, like Zach, like Matt, pretty much everybody that goes to the All Seas Fan Expo. You know, it helps me be better and do better and have fun doing it. I'm just saying.
Right. No, it's fantastic. We now have 45 backers, or excuse me, 44 backers, 44. So we gained another backer.
Nice.
We got 25 minutes to go. So we appreciate you for jumping in and doing that. And you just saw the debut of the Sue Immortal video. More of that to come. Here's Terry jumping in. There you go. Terry, grabbing it.
Thank you, Terry. Thank you,
Terry, man. Terry, shout out Terry for grabbing it off the site, the Fake Booze Kickstarter Ash Can, with what do we got left now, Ken? 24 minutes to go. 24 minutes to go. And then, of course, we're going to soft launch Sue Immortal Kickstarter. Are you ready? Like, is it crazy, Ken? And did you think I was crazy when I went to you and I said, hey, we got 8 IPs and we're going to kickstart them back to 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 back? Did you think
I've never seen anyone do it before. And I told someone that does a lot more Kickstarters or has had a lot more Kickstarter experience than I, and they're like, they were blown away in a good way / okay, you know, that's
right.
You know, but at the same time, it's not like we're expecting these Kickstarters to hit 30,000, 100,000, $1 million, like, you know, the Todd McFarlane's or the Igloo Cooler or, you know, whatever.
Eric July, and a shout out to Gabe El-Taib, who joined me for the launch show. He's the colorist on ISOM. ISOM crowdfunded 3.7 million, the record holder. So
exactly.
Yeah, shout out those guys. Now, if we did reach that, Ken, you and I'd be real busy. We'd be real appreciative, but we're still doing the other ones. And that's the cool thing, is like everything's done. Like the stuff's done. If you bought something via Kickstarter, you're getting it. And you and I got to put together, you know, some mail out some packages tomorrow. So that'll be a fun day. Tell me what you want to eat for lunch. So I'll get some lunch to the house. But anyway, like, I think it's cool because all the stuff's done. So we're not kickstarting an idea and then in the future it's going to be made and then you'll get it in like 6 months when you forgot that you paid, it'll be there. Like, no, you paid, you're getting the books. So you will be reading Fake Booze by the end of this week.
Exactly.
And you'll be reading the digital copy as soon as possible. Like, so
yeah, you'll get email.
We don't have to wait for the post office, baby. We just send out those digital copies. So bam, you're reading Fake Booze immediately. And I think that's great. That's why, like, shout out Terry here, jumping in on the Kickstarter. And Terry, really appreciate that, man. It means so much to jump in and jump on board. And, you know, that's the thing. We got good products. We got completed products. And we're ready for you. We're ready for you to read these stories. We're ready for these stories to take off, man. Because that's the fun part of it. Ken, I certainly appreciate you. I will text you and we'll figure out a time tomorrow that works. Let me know what you and Anthony want for for some snacks or whatever, and I'll get us set up so we can start putting together these Kickstarters, man. It's we're gonna see a lot of each other. I hope you're ready. I hope
Sounds
you don't
good.
get sick of me.
All right.
All right, be good, Ken.
Later.
And there we have him. Ken Sullivan, ladies and gentlemen, KS Productions. Chris saying thanks, Terry. That's right. Thanks to Terry Daniels for supporting. So I'm doing an AMA. Y'all can jump in and ask me anything. Can ask me about football, and ask me about anything. So Terry, like he says, honestly, I never bought a comic book, but I'm supporting you. Terry, man, thank you. And I feel that love from so many people, and it's so necessary. It's appreciative. Like, I think all of us, need to have that idea like Terry, and like, I'm just going to support. And again, I appreciate the goodwill. You know what I mean? Like, so Terry buying his first comic book, and his first comic book is Fake Booze. So there you go. So yeah, if y'all want to ask me about football or the Broncos, oh, whoa. Terry says, even though you drive a Jeep. Now, I want to know what you drive, Terry. So tell me in the chat room, because see, I drive a TJ. Now, I am a Jeep snob, so I'm not one of these new Jeeps, these mall crawlers, right? A bunch of plastic. No. I got a TJ. So for me, and I've had a Range Rover. My Range Rover broke down all the time, and I had the 95 LWB, the county, I can't remember. Oh, geez. Now see, Terry's flexing. Now, Terry, I wish I could drive a 72 Bronco. I really do, because those are my favorite body styles. 72 or 79. I know 79 is kind of larger, but I love the 79 square headlights. My truck, the Smokin Gun, the logo of the company is a 76 Ford. Well, I get in trouble with Ford for saying that. It's not actually a Ford. It's just a truck. But yeah, so my truck, but I always wanted a 79. We found a 76, and this will perhaps make you sick. So there was a 67 GTO in Yuma, Colorado that was $1,500. Now, this is in the 90s, okay? Remember, I'm old. So there was a 67 GOAT, probably 350. I can't really remember. It was red. It was a beautiful car. Beautiful, man. So I really wanted my dad, and $1,500 was a lot of money. And I appreciate my mom and my dad for buying my truck. It was $2,150. And we got it from AAA Auto in Brush. Brush. So outside of Fort Morgan. AAA Able, I think, Motors. I think they still might be there. I think they've moved locations. But anyway, so I had a 67 GOAT GTO, right? The man. I would be the man driving a 67 GOAT. My dad has a 67 Galaxy, which now is mine. And thank you, Dad, for that. But a 67 GOAT. Like, 67 Galaxy is cool, but a 67 GTO. And I'm begging Dad, please, for the love of God, please could I have the GTO? Please could I have the GTO? And then he said, I found you a black truck, because I wanted a black 79. I wanted a step side. And he said, I found you a black truck. It's the step side, but it's a 76, not a 79. Well, how much is it? $2,150. And how much is the GTO? $1,500. So we're saving money, Dad. I get the GTO. Do you know what the reason why I got the truck? And the GTO would be worth, even if that GTO didn't run today, it'd be worth like $7,000 if it didn't even run. I've seen GTOs without engines go for $7,000 just because the body's straight. But anyway, and my trucks, I love my truck. It's not worth anything. It's worth something to me. And those are getting a little bit harder to find, especially the step side. So here's the reason why we bought the truck. We bought the truck because it could pull a horse trailer. Because I had a hitch, and a 67 GTO, even though my dad put a hitch on his 67 Galaxy to pull a horse trailer. So 72 Bronco, Terry, I wish I could have that. Like, seriously. So let me make Terry a promise. Terry, my comic book company takes off, because I work in radio, baby. Like, I drive a 99 Jeep. So, and yes, of course, I have a Shelby, but it's my son's. When he's done with his military service, that'll be his car. I told him that years ago. I was like, son, you know, you get through college, you graduate college, that's your present. That's your present, is you get a Shelby. So my son gets my Shelby, and I drive a Ford Focus as like a commuter car. Shout out all my cars, but no, Terry, I'll make you a deal. The comic book company takes off, so I'm not making radio money. I'm making comic book money. I will get a 72 Bronco. I guarantee it. Okay. And then we can go four wheeling together. What's the one? There's a pass in Uray that I think it was closed due to like a rock slide. Blue Bear Pass, is that right? Am I misremembering that? I watched Trail Recon. Shout out Trail Recon on YouTube. Really good man. Now he drives Jeeps. So yes, Terry, I get it. Know that I have the last good Jeeps, because the last good Jeeps, the CJs are cool. The YJs aren't cool with square headlights. I'm sorry. And the freaking leaf springs that go under the axle. Hey, let's go off-roading with leaf springs that go under the axle. Doesn't make any sense. 97, baby, the TJs, 97 to 06. That's when I had the spring coils, independent, right? Boom. Terry, it's for sale as soon as the 74 is done being built. Is it cut or uncut? Because for me personally, and my cousin Robert, shout out Air Force Robert, and I love Robert to death. Robert, when he was in high school, I said, hey, you don't do drugs, you listen to your parents, and I'll buy you a Ninja when you graduate. So, I got a big mouth. And this is when I was a farmer. So talk about having no money, right? Like radio is, it's okay. But like farming, like no money, zero, like bouncing checks, like zero money, no money. So Robert like goes through high school, and there was like a couple times when his parents would call me and my aunt and uncle, and I love them dearly. And they were like, hey, like Robert's being a little particular. Can you talk to him? And I just call him up and be like, dude, don't make me kick your ass. Like, come on, man. And Robert really looked up to me, and I appreciate Robert so much. I love him so much. And I was just like, hey, man, like you still do drugs, listen to your parents, get good grades, and I'm gonna buy you a Ninja. So like, 3-4 years go by, and he's like, hey, I'm graduating. And I'm like, crap. So I bought him a Ninja. I can't remember exactly how I did it. I probably, begged and borrowed a bunch of money to do that. But I bought Robert a Ninja, and I gave it to him before his high school graduation. And it was an old Ninja, like 88 Ninja. So I spent like 1,500, whatever. And this, he graduated probably 96, 97. Robert, tell me when you graduated. Anyway. So, it was like a 10-year-old crotch rocket, whatever. But I just remember like giving it to him before his graduation party, because I didn't want, everyone else getting him a, toaster. What do you get for graduation? I don't know. I didn't get much for my graduation, which is fine. I came from not much, and I'm just happy to have what I have, and I appreciate everyone out there. But yes, Terry, your 74 is awesome. Your 72 is awesome, and it's way better than any Jeep ever, and certainly not the new Jeeps. Don't even get me started on the new Jeeps. I make so many people mad when I talk about the new Jeeps. I'm like, they're garbage. They're plastic garbage. Like, why do I want to drive that? And actually, Terry, as a Ford guy, shout out Ford, and I have 5 Fords. Myself, me, Cecil Lammey. One person has 5 Fords. I will say this. I'm not really a fan of the new Bronco. I'm a fan of certain editions of it. Obviously, the larger tires, the off-road packages, whatever. But like, I know a bunch of like, just suburbanites that I got a Bronco, and I'm like, you don't have a Bronco. I mean, you have a Bronco. Congrats, thank you. My Ford stock, because I'm invested in Ford. I've been in Blue Oval all my life, baby. Like a bunch of people make fun of me because of like Chevy owners or something. I'm like, yeah, 350 is a great engine, super easy to work on. But I remember my dad and I had to drill into the bell housing of a 302 that we swapped out from a 289 and 3-speed overdrive transmission that wouldn't bolt up. It's a 302, ladies and gentlemen. It's a 289. It's the same damn engine. And it wouldn't bolt up, so we had to drill into the bell housing. Like, we had to make it fit. From a 289 to 302, same damn engine. Anyway, so I love the Blue Oval, always have. Dude, I would love to have an old Bronco. And my cousin Robert, I got off track talking about the Ninja story, but my cousin Robert has a yellow, I'm not sure what year It is the original boxy Broncos. And his is uncut. And I know some collectors like don't like it, but I agree with Terry. I was trying to say cut and Terry at the same time. I agree with Terry because uncut does look like crap. Like, I appreciate it. Let's say if I had a bunch of money, I'd probably have one cut and one uncut. You know, if I had $1 zillion or whatever, just for, driving purposes, probably 3 on a tree with the uncut. But uncut does look like crap. So for me, and Roberts is cut, and Roberts like big old monster tires. Like, he's done a great job. His sons love Ford. Like, Robert has done a really good job raising them right, because he's got a bunch of his kids all love the blue oval as well. So shout out Emily, shout out Ford, shout out Broncos, man. Like, and more than just the Denver Broncos. But yeah, man. So here I want to get back to Chris, and Cecil was the reason I bought my first comic book, no lie. I've had that influence on people. So Chris, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate everyone for jumping on board here. We have 11 minutes to go. 11 minutes left in the Kickstarter, 11 minutes left on this show, and I'll talk about anything. Terry says, new Bronco Sport and square headlight Jeep. Meh. Yeah, and I don't like the new Jeeps because they're mall crawlers, and it's like, you don't have the capability of a TJ. You just don't. Like, or an LJ, which is the longer wheelbase. I think LJs are a little bit ugly, but I respect the hell out of them for their off-road capabilities. My cousin Heather, shout out Heather and Tim. They live up in Bailey, and I'm not sure what they drive. I don't know if they're a Jeep, but they had an LJ. I believe there was like a 2006 LJ, and they did a bunch of work to it, and it looked awesome, and they can go anywhere. They're incredibly capable. So, like, for me, old Broncos, and I know the early 70s are better than the late 70s in terms of capability. And late 70s and certainly 80s, they got all clapped out, like the 81s and stuff, like that body, even the body of the F-150s, like they have the 351 Windsor, and it's very weak as an engine. My truck, by the way, the Smokin Gun, actually came with the 390. It was part of a construction crew, and like they blew out the engine. So whoever put in the next engine put in a 351 modified out of a 78, I think, something like that. Because the 351 modified only had a certain lifespan, maybe like 5 years, something like that, if memory serves. So yes, I got a 351M, which is always like, is it a Cleveland or a Windsor? Well, it's M. It's modified. So yeah, it's got a 351M, and still runs. I need to get it more running. I would love to drive the Smokin Gun every day. In fact, talking to my dad, shout out dad, shout out family, man. Terry's got me on a good spot here. I was talking to my dad, and he's like, hey, what would you think about like making the Smokin Gun like run, like have it drive it daily instead of just sitting in the ranch? And I was like, I would love it. I would absolutely love it. I need a lot of money because fixing cars is not cheap at all. But like, yeah, company takes off. I could have a company vehicle that would be the actual company vehicle. I think that'd be cool, man. I think it'd be really cool. And maybe a tax off. So it's like, yeah, I took it to Gas Monkey Garage, and Richard Rawlings built a Smokin Gun. Either way, did meet Richard Rawlings when they built their Bronco. Go back, Terry, if you watch Fast and Loud, go back and watch the Fast and Loud Build a Bronco one. It was from like season 1 or season 2. They were in Denver. They were at the Twin Peaks bikini contest. I wasn't a judge. Sylvester Williams was, though. I was there broadcasting for ESPN Denver. And Nate Kreckman, shout out Nate Kreckman, and Charles Johnson were like the hosts of the bikini contest, which is really funny if you think of Nate and his, personal politics, and you think of CJ and his personal politics. Like, they're probably not guys to be hosts of bikini contests, which is fine. That's their thing. Get down how you get down, baby. But like, yeah. And okay, so Terry did see it. Right. And then I went as Aaron Kaufman to a Halloween party. Ross Sharon, my boss at Denver Sports and dear friend, he used to throw the best Halloween parties in the Denver media. And so like one year I was like, I had a Gas Monkey Garage t-shirt. I had a fake beard that was really long. I was Aaron Kaufman. One person knew who I was. Everyone else thought I was homeless. I was like at a Halloween party, and people were like, "Oh, here's $1, sir. You can. I hope you do good. Stay warm out there." And I'm like, "Huh? I'm just drinking. Like, I'm Aaron Kaufman. Aaron Kaufman. You don't know Aaron Kaufman?" So yeah. Shout out Gas Monkey Garage. A bunch of shout outs tonight. So Terry, man, you're putting me in a good mood. I appreciate that. So there you go. Chris's first vehicle, 57 GMC truck with no turn signals. Okay, watch out for that. I remember when the Smokin Gun, I was young and really, really stupid. Chris can vouch for that because he was my college roommate. I'm surprised Chris still likes me. So Chris, I appreciate you for your friendship. But like I remember when the Smokin Gun didn't have tail light or didn't have brake lights. So instead of braking and having a light, and I feel awful for saying this, this sounds incredibly bad. I would turn on the parking lights. So when I would brake, I would turn on the parking lights so at least something would come on. And I think my third brake light did work, but my other two on the step side didn't work. Again, really, really dumb. Now, if I'm behind someone in traffic and like their brake lights don't work, I get super pissed. I'm like, what the hell's the matter with you? And then I go, oh yeah, I was a moron driving around. And again, I was super poor, grew up really, really poor, but I was like, so obviously couldn't afford to get that fixed. But again, that's something you should afford to get fixed, even if you got to save up or whatever, because it's brake lights. But yeah, I remember pulling the parking lights because it's an old pull on the light switch for the Fords. The 73 to 79 have the same sort of dash setup. So yeah, so I would just pull on the parking lights. So then I'd at least have somebody behind me. I didn't get rear-ended. I got sideswiped by a girl that didn't have insurance. I remember hitting my head against the window. Didn't break the window, but it damn near broke my skull. So there's that. So yeah, Chris, I've been there with the trucks with no turn signals and trucks with no brake lights. Yeah. And then he's like, selling that Peaks Bronco for $50K was a steal. And that's the thing. And it's just like collectibles, right? Like we talk about comic books and stuff, like Fake Booze. It has 4 minutes to go, and we will have less than 50 copies of this in existence. So like this Kickstarter ash can, you want to talk about collectible? This is one of less than 50 in existence. Unless we get 6 backers in 4 minutes, which I'd hope. That'd be really cool. But like, I look at this and I go, wow. So I'm like going, well, wow. Like this is incredible collectible for you. And like cars are collectible for different reasons. And I think like there's certain cars. I talked about that GTO. I mean, there's GTOs with no engines that are like $7,000. So for me, like to get a GTO, or let's talk about Terry's 72 Bronco, like to get a 72 Bronco, like that isn't a rust bucket, you're spending, Terry, tell me what, $12,000 to get like a starter to build a 72 Bronco. Like, I don't even want to say $10,000. I'm seeing some $10,000 70s Broncos that are just like, don't run, rusted out, awful project to start. Like just to get a decent Bronco, a little bit of rust, a little bit of work, like just to get a decent one to start, probably, and Terry, you can tell me, probably like $15,000. So yeah, prices, cars, collectibles, whatever, just boom, like skyrocket. So that's that. And that's how it goes. We got 3 minutes to go. Will someone else back this project? It's Fake Booze Ash Can. Remember, coming tomorrow is the Sue Immortal Ash Can. That's coming tomorrow to Kickstarter. Just got them from the printer right here. Sue Immortal Kickstarter Ash Can. We're going to soft launch it tomorrow. Going to do a big party on Friday. And all your Fake Booze stuff, your Fake Booze rookie cards, your Fake Booze prints, your Fake Booze digital copies. And if you're in the Like a Boss tier, well, look at this original 3x5 sketch card done, artwork done by me. There's Dwayne getting ready to take his shot. And I think that's a great message of Fake Booze. It's like support your friends and take your shot. That's what Chris in the chat room was doing. Chris is my college roommate. He does website work for Smokin Gun Comics. It's like support your friends and take your shot. I could sit here with these ideas, and I've known Chris since 92. I've had these ideas, some of them, not all, but since 92. So I can sit around and be like, remember that comic book I wanted to do? Or I could just flip and do it. Support your friends, take your shot. And how Fake Boo starts. Fake Boo starts on the basketball court. Support your friends and take your shot. And I took my shot. We took our shot with the Fake Boo's Ash Can. It was fully funded in 2 weeks. And now we're sitting here with 44 backers. We got 98 seconds to go. And I just appreciate everyone out there for supporting the show, for supporting the, Kickstarter campaign. Well, Terry has an interesting idea. Can we just make a larger donation and get one of each whenever they come out? Terry, I'm going to talk to Ken about that. That is a great one. That is a great idea. A great idea, because it's going to be one a month for 8 months. So just appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for jumping on board. And Terry Daniels, ladies and gentlemen, look like he's going to be the final. 60 seconds left right now. Looks like Terry is going to be the final supporter, jumping on with the Fake Booze Ash Can, jumping on with Smokin Gun Comics. Coming soon, smokinguncomics.com. The website is almost done. Chris and I had a meeting about that today. And thank you, Chris, for lunch again. And thanks for driving down from Greeley all the way to Roxborough. I know it's a haul, but it's gratitude, man. That's what I feel throughout this entire process. I love football. I'm going to keep talking about football. I'm going to keep watching football. I'm going to keep writing about footballs. And I love making comics. And I appreciate the support from the community out there, from the fan support, from friend support. I just appreciate it all. So much gratitude. I'm almost in tears, legitimately. 9 seconds to go. Thank you all. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. And I got the confetti on my computer screen. So yeah, maybe I'll get some confetti in real life. So yeah, the Kickstarter campaign for Fake Booze is done. Is done. So there you go. Terry, I'll give you my Bronco. Yeah, I get that so much. I usually get the let me finish. People ask me about weight loss. They ask me about fantasy football. I usually get the DMAX sucks. And what I always say is I go, he's doing his job. He's doing it because you're reacting, right? You're listening, right? Hopefully continue to listen. Again, wrapping up tonight, wrapping up the live stream for the, conclusion of the Fake Booze Kickstarter Ash Can. Tomorrow is a holiday on Monday the 20th, but tomorrow Ken and I are getting together and we will package up these 44 copies. There are only going to be 44 copies of this in existence. And you got one. You supported Fake Booze. You supported Smokin Gun Comics. And you supported my dream, man. I've been dreaming about this since the 90s. And it's happening. It's happening because I make it happen with the help of my friends, with the support of the community, with the support of you backing this. And I feel gratitude. I'm probably just going to go cry because I'm so excited. So excited. And Terry goes, are you numbering each copy? Yeah, I'll number each copy. And yours will be 44, Terry, because you were the 44th supporter and backer of the Kickstarter. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is a wrap. I appreciate Ken Sullivan for jumping on board, KS Productions. I appreciate you all for backing the project. Smokin Gun Comics coming soon. Thanks to Chris. Shout out Chris, smokinguncomics.com. And again, just thanks to my family, thanks to my friends, thanks to the community for making this happen. I am Cecil Lammey saying, see you on Friday as we hard launch Sue Immortal's Kickstarter campaign. It soft launches tomorrow. Stay tuned. And as always, stay frosty.